Heya, it's Festival Pirate, and today I'm doing an art challenge where I go into Spotify and draw whatever my August playlist randomly selects for me. The first album I got was, so I'm probably gonna butcher literally everything I say right now, but I'm gonna do my best. So the album was, I think, Noodzakelijk Verdriet by Froukje, and the song was Niet, Meer over je Schrif, I think. I mean, I know that's roughly what those words should sound like. When did they come out correctly? Who knows? And the song title translates to like, now that I don't write about you anymore, I think. And I'm really happy that I got this song because I absolutely love her voice in it. And I like how it starts off with like a delicate melody and then it leads into like a spoken word section. I think it's like really good and quite powerful and stuff, and like I really like the song. I should probably say that this video was inspired by Lavender Town's video where she used her on repeat Spotify playlist to generate 3 songs and then redrew the album covers for them. I thought about using my own on repeat playlist, but the songs there were not songs that I've heard in a long while. I don't think that Spotify is that great at generating stuff for me. I chose August playlist because I tend to make like monthly playlists of music that I listen to, and August was like a really good month for me in terms of music. I still like pretty much all the songs on that playlist, so I thought it would be like a good one to use for this challenge. I think that out of all of the album covers that I did, this one was the most interesting to me, not because she's like this song is my favorite out of all of them or anything like that, but I liked it because it was the hardest. It was the first one I did, and so it meant that I wasn't really sure how I was going to tackle any of this, because this was the first time like that I wasn't doing some form of sketch or study or something, and like I was taking photography basically and translating it into like quote unquote my own style. So it was definitely difficult, but doing this one first did help a lot with the others because it meant that I was able to like figure a lot of stuff out here that I could then apply to the other stuff. And the other album covers were honestly a lot simpler. They had less elements and stuff going on for them, so it was just generally a lot easier with those. So doing this one first was a pretty good idea. With the pose that she was in, that was so hard because like Joost is like in just standing straight up just holding something, which is like a pretty simple pose, and then the other album cover has someone just lying on a bed, which again pretty simple. But Froukje was bent over and stuff, and it was like I didn't really know how to like ink that, so I did think for briefly about just going with like a liner style, because like working with blobs easier than drawing. But because I wasn't sure what to like do, I looked at one of the studies that I'd done, which had started off with like a liner thing, and then over the top of that I went in and added lines, and looking at that went a long way with helping me figure out how to do the lineup for this drawing. As I said, this whole drawing was kind of difficult, but I think that the hardest part was probably the bushes, because even though drawing her, like, yeah, I did find that a little bit hard and stuff, I at least know what like a human is meant to look like. I know roughly what I want a character to look like in my kind of style, and like I can use blobs and stuff to figure out how things are meant to look. But with the bushes, I had no idea. I can't remember the last time I drew nature, and like something I liked about the original album cover was the contrast between the light blues on the left side of the album against the dark greens on the right side, but a lot of those greens were part of the bush and I didn't know how to do that, so I wasn't really able to get as much of that contrast into this as I would have liked, and you can see that looking at them here side to side. So yeah, that's definitely something that I would want to change if I was going back into this drawing. Moving on, the next song I got was European music from Joost Klein's album Joost Klein 7. Considering that I was listening to a ton of his music, getting at least one of his songs wasn't exactly a surprise, and I most definitely would have been disappointed if that didn't happen. Honestly, Eurovision is such a good contest for me, not because I like it, but because I get to explore and discover musicians and like artists who I wouldn't have known about otherwise. Like 2 years ago there was Blind Channel, and they have come out with a few songs since then that I do like, but one especially that I liked was Flatline, and I made a mini music video for it back when I had my Sims channel, just as like a promotional thing for a sim I made, and it stars 2 of my OCs who I love. It stars Bonnie and Mangle, and I really like the video that I made. I'm really happy with it, and I think I've uploaded it on this channel original as well, but I don't know. Last year there was Karya, and I love Karya. And then this year there was Joost Klein, and fuck, I love his music so much. I love him, I love his music, I love his vibes. He's just like so fucking cool. If you could tell by my excitement, I am a massive fan. Thinking about it, I feel like I feel kind of similarly about Joost Klein and Jeffia. Jeffia is a YouTuber, and like the weird thing is that like literally two of my favorite, and then if you add like a third one, like so many of the creators I like have names starting with J, and that's so fucking weird. But I'm rambling and like not related to the art, but am I going to continue? So I definitely think that all of these studies and sketches and everything that I've done up to this point have helped me a lot actually with my art. When I'm drawing something, when I'm drawing a figure or something, I feel like I have so much more confidence in what I'm doing. I don't know. I don't think I'd be able to have drawn either Froukje nor Joost anywhere as well, like even like half a year ago as I did now. Like I didn't have to draw over them or anything. Like I just did that, and like I'm so proud of myself for being able to do that. So I think that I have actually learned a lot, gained a lot more confidence in my shapes and my portions and everything, and I'm just like really happy about that. On this album cover there's like, we've got Joost, and then we've also got like a little mini plushie of BB No Money, and it's like a 2-for-1. But I think that I did a pretty decent job of capturing both of their likenesses, because in comparison to like Froukje's album cover, their features are a lot smaller here, so I had less like space to work with, if that makes sense. But I think that's it that I have to say without going back to like fanboying about Joost Klein. Looking at the two versions side by side, there's obviously a difference, but I don't think it's like that dramatic. I feel like for me, I think that in my style it's missing something. And also I do wish that I had used a thinner brush. I'm pretty sure I used the same like thickness of brush for each of these albums, so I just think that it would have, like, this cover would have looked better if I'd used a thinner one. And the final song that we have is Monsters and Men by Jupiter Flynn. This one is a single rather than an album, so technically it's just a song cover rather than like an album cover. But out of all of the artists in this video, Jupiter has the lowest number of monthly listeners. I think she's at like 10 to 20k. Froukje has like 500k, and then Joost is at like 1 million or something. So like if you wanted to check out any of these artists, maybe start with her. I'm sure she'll appreciate it a lot. I do really like this song because it's soft and chill and nostalgic, but also kind of bittersweet. It's like a positive memory of childhood that never actually existed or something like that. And I think that the cover kind of reflects that, because it's like there's like childhood elements there, but then there's also like a figure that's a teen or something, if not like a full-on adult, but in like a night dress, and then like everything is very much like white pale. Obviously not everything, but it's like it's like very muted. The music kind of has this like energy to it that makes me want to go to some abandoned castle and play like with the ghosts there or something. It's kind of weird, but I don't know, I like this song. Out of all of these songs, I think that this one might actually be my favorite, because like obviously I love Joost, but my favorite song of his is Meer No Fries, and like European music is good, but it's not my favorite of his. And yeah, I think that Monsters and Men is just like a really good song, and it's out of all three of these, I think that it's actually my favorite. I don't really have much to say about the art. I feel like I've sort of talked about the music and whatnot. I kind of cheated with like the base sketch of it, so you know, we can just skip over that and instead talk about why I chose to like do this challenge in the first place, because I haven't really talked about that, and I feel like I might as well. So for the past few months, I've been mainly doing like sketches, studies, anatomy, learning more about how to draw and like Ibis Paint, which is the program I use. And I haven't really done much original stuff or like stuff for myself. Like I've done a piece here or there, but nothing like in a long while and not much. And I do want to do more of that, definitely, like obviously, but I also feel scared or whatever, just because like I haven't done that in a while, and I feel like maybe I'm not good enough or something. It basically is just kind of daunting. So I thought that like doing this challenge could be like a good bridge between the two, because this challenge gives me the thing that I'm meant to draw, but not in a way that I can like copy, because I'm not trying to be like a photorealistic kind of person. Like it's given me something to draw, but then I have to like translate that into my own style, and I feel like that's a pretty good like, you know, stepping stone between sketches and studies and doing my own thing. So yeah, that's why I chose to do that. Looking at like my version in comparison to the like original album cover, I do like that that I know that it's not technically accurate, but I do really like the way that the dark red line art stands out against the rest of the image. And I'm also really happy with how the feet turned out, because drawing like stylized, especially covered feet, is never easy, but I think that I did a pretty decent job. So here we go, all 3 of the album covers that I've done. I'm really happy with this challenge and with how everything turned out. It's given me a lot more confidence in my ability to draw, to be honest, and I am looking forward to seeing how things go from here. I do already know roughly what my next video is going to be. I do have something that's going to be coming out on the 31st that I'm looking forward to, and yeah, I definitely do recommend trying out this challenge yourself, because I think that you can learn something about your own style, or like adding something to your own style, or anything really. Kind of depends on what the album cover that you're trying to recreate is, because I can see them being like wacky, it being quite a big challenge, or like for me being a lot more simple and just pieces of photography really. Let me know if you'd heard of any of these artists before, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye!